Well, hello you amazing humans, welcome back to my channel. Today I want to show you guys my October TBR. This is a loose TBR, this is if I get to reading them, but these are the books I do want to try to read in October. I'm not going to force myself to read any of them, but I am in the mood to read most of them. So without further ado, let's get started. But I also have to say I've started 2 of them. Let's just start with the one I actually bought, and that is Yours Cruelly, Elvira by Cassandra Peterson. Cassandra Peterson is Elvira. I talk about this in my haul video, which hopefully will come soon. This is Memoirs of Mistress of the Dark, the actress that plays Elvira. If you don't know who Elvira is, leave.
There's the door, bitch!
Just kidding. She hosted a horror macabre show back in the 80s, 90s, if I remember. I actually haven't seen that show. I've seen her movies, Mistress of the Dark and Haunted Hills. I've also seen that one pilot of that show she did, that it was a pilot, they never picked it up, I think it was CBS, and they just never picked it up. So it's released on YouTube, which I will link the video show down below. It's really funny. What I noticed with her films, it's not like really connected to each other. It's just her. Like Elvira's like the main character, but there's no connection. If you've seen the movies, you understand. But yeah, this is her life. I've only read, I'm still in the prologue. Homework has been getting in the way. But last night I was going through my books. As you can tell, they're like under construction. I found my Elvira bookmark I got at Etsy. I'll try to find the store where I got it from. Because I remember I had like an Etsy frenzy and bought a whole bunch of bookmarks, and this was one of them. Huge fan. My sister's the one that introduced me to Elvira, and I'm really excited to get more into this. I'm kind of scared because I've heard certain things that happened. But yeah, it's a beautiful cover. Look at her, she's so beautiful. Next book I've actually started reading as well, and that is Dracula by Bram Stoker. I've never read Dracula before, which is weird because, you know, I was a vampire fan, but, you know, it doesn't matter. But I'm actually listening to the audiobook because I feel like audiobooks are easier, especially since I've been busy and all. But I'm liking it. I'm 18% in. I don't even think I put the bookmark in the right area. But 16% in, I'll have to check the audiobook. But overall, I'm enjoying it. The first half is actually really good. I understand what people say because I heard like the middle half is very slow, and I can see why. Because the first half is basically, what's his name? Jonathan Harker's journal. And with Dracula, now the beginning is creepy as hell. Like, it is freaky. Like, the atmosphere it gives, what they do. Dracula is not a person you want to mess with. And now I'm in the part where they're talking about the other characters, Mina, Lucy. I forgot what's his name. I'm in the part where it's the guy who's in love with Lucy, his journal, and he works like in a mental asylum, and now he's looking after I hope this is not a spoiler. I don't think it's a spoiler. I mean, this book has been out for years, longer than years, so it's not a spoiler. And yeah, so I'm in that part. And it's kind of interesting. I'm kind of thinking, is this supposed to, like, because he's looking after like some serial killer guy, and what the guys do, I'm just thinking, I feel like it does have something to do with the vampirism. If you read it, you understand. But yeah, I'm just going all choppy on this. Yeah, super excited. I love this edition. I actually wanted to get a different edition because I did not want to open this at all, which I'm not. I mean, it's still kind of beaten up. But yeah, it's so gorgeous. I love the quote, "Listen to them, the children of the night, what music they make." Dracula. I've actually never seen the original movie either. I've seen one with Keanu Reeves, Dracula Untold. I know that's very loosely based on this. I still enjoyed it. But yeah. Next book has been out for a while. I forgot what year this came out, but I don't even know who the author is. And that is the Hocus Pocus and the all-new sequel. And this is basically Hocus Pocus and the sequel. I'm pretty sure the first part, because there's like 2 parts, the beginning is just like the novelization of the movie, and the second one is a sequel adaptation of the movie. And yeah, I've seen this around. I've Haven't really heard much about it. I think some people didn't like it. I'm just gonna take it with a grain of salt. I think I'm looking forward more to reading the novelization because who doesn't like Hocus Pocus? Hocus Pocus is such a classic and it's such a cozy movie, so I'm excited for that. And plus, not gonna lie, I do like this cover. And when I do read the sequel, I think I'm just gonna take it with a grain of salt. I'm not gonna be too serious about it. If it's good, it's bad. I don't really mind. I love, it's a nice hardcover, you know? I found this at Barnes & Noble's one day, and I thought it was super cool, and it's called Interview with the Vixen by Rebecca Barrow. And honestly, Veronica is one of my favorite characters. I thought this was a pretty cool concept where Veronica's a vampire, and Interview with the Vixen, Interview with a Vampire. Come on. But there is a comic version. I know this is part of the Riverdale Archie horror novels. I think there's one with Jughead as a werewolf or fighting a werewolf. I'm not too sure. But yeah, super excited. Clown in a Cornfield by Adam Caesar. Adam Caesar is a YouTuber who talks about horror movies, horror books, anything horror. I think this is actually not his first book. This is his first YA. And I did read 70 pages in and stopped, not because it's bad, it's because I tend to put books down for no reason. I'm weird. But basically, it's like a slasher YA. I love this cover. This came out in October? No, this came out in August or September. I remember receiving it in the mail after going to Spirit Halloween. So it was very fitting. And if you have a phobia of clowns, probably don't read this. We all know what happened to that event with clowns back, I think I was in high school. A book called The Garlic and the Vampire. I'm gonna read that with Raul from Raul Reads. We're gonna do a little buddy read. I think by this time he's already finished it. We also are gonna read a couple of Goosebumps books. We're gonna read The Scarecrow Walks at Midnight, Night of the Living Dummy, the one with the lake and that guy in it. That one's gonna be hard to find. I think I can find that on Libby. I have the old classic Horrorland edition, which I read as a kid. This is the same one. I love Horrorland. It's like my favorite Goosebumps book. I want to get back into Goosebumps. So yeah, those are the ones we'll be reading. And I'll probably be reading more because I know Cameron Chaney's Autumn Crow book is expected to come out very soon. So the Autumn Crow high, I might as well read Autumn Crow. That's the video. I hope you guys have a great, amazing, spooky day since it is finally October.